Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a local AI masterclass with none other than Prince Canuma. Prince Canuma has been working with local AI and working with a lot of things local in terms of writing Swift code, working on the actual frameworks that connect all the stuff to make local AI happen amongst many people in the open source community. And I'm really excited to bring him here because I've always had problems myself doing stuff with local AI in terms of getting the model set up and running all these terminal commands and so forth. But I have a treat for you today. One of the cool treats about what Prince Canuma has done and the team that he just recently formed called Native, N-A-T-I-V, is that they actually have a nice graphical user interface. And it's just not really just another chatbot type of thing to talk with your local models and connect with them. There's a bunch of other stuff that he's going to show us, including workflows for like how you can basically replace Whisperflow and do it on your Mac to be nearly instant, to other workflows from like actually if you have a meeting and you want to get that stuff summarized, to how to then you connect this to other integrations so that you can connect them into like Claude Code or into other types of like Pi or Open Code or Hermes and so forth. So there's a lot of flexibility because once you get these models locally running on your machine, then this is where the power of the local models really start to take off. And I've had so many issues getting this stuff set up, so it tends to take quite some time to get it going. So I'm super excited to have you on the show, Prince Canuma, and we're going to do a full-on walkthrough. I have the app downloaded. I haven't set it up yet, so he's going to kind of guide me through that situation. And my goal is that hopefully you can maybe experiment or start playing around with these local models and that you can maybe get a useful workflow out of this. So this is currently live, and so feel free to ask any questions, pop up it into the live stream and, participate with us. But without further ado, from the other side of the world, Prince Canuma, what's going on, man?
Yeah, thank you, Ray. Thanks for having me. It's been quite the journey. A lot of people today have MacBooks and don't know the power of those MacBooks. Same for iPhones and iPads. I was just recently in Mozambique last week, and I had two conversations about AI, and one of which was particularly local AI. In Mozambique, people cannot really afford to spend $200 a month to have access to AI. So for the past 3 years, I've been building the inference engine that allows you to pretty much run AI directly on Apple devices. If you ask me why Apple devices, it's the largest distributed compute base in the world. You're talking about 500 million devices that are AI capable. They just didn't have a platform to talk directly to the hardware. So I bet my life savings as well as career for the past 3 years on building this. We just crossed 5.5 million downloads, out of which two were in the last 4 weeks. And we just launched native a month ago, and we are about to cross a major milestone.
This is really amazing. So for those who are wondering, Native is just available right now as like an open source repo, right? Here on the GitHub.
Yes,
And so I have some of the
yes.
links in the description so those folks can go ahead and get this set up. And so the good thing is that you don't have to download, run all these crazy bash commands. You can just literally just download the app and it's ready to go. So if you just go to the app website, which I've also linked there below, is you can just go ahead and hit download. So if you're watching on live stream, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do you another favor. I'm going to put this into the comments so that way you can grab them from the comments. So if you're on Twitch, you can just go ahead and grab this there. Or if you're on like YouTube and these other platforms as well, you can just go ahead and grab those. I think, yeah, and then you should be able to grab them as well. And then from here, I've already downloaded the app and I have it up and running.
Yep.
So would love for you to kind of walk me through what does this look like today and how can I get going, on my Mac and stuff.
Absolutely. You can choose one of the models there, but let's just load on command.
Okay.
You can keep it that way. Just continue
Okay.
from that window. You can select skip API key. This is basically if you want to use your MacBook or your Mac Studio as
Hmm.
the home AI lab or endpoint where you can connect to your phone app or any other device
I
in your
see.
network.
Uh-huh.
You would set up this API key to protect it. So you don't necessarily need to do it. I would just
Okay.
skip it right
Yeah,
now.
skip it. Okay.
And then in terms of permissions, we are asking for three things. These are mostly for voice dictation, as well as being able to work across different apps in your device. So you can just allow a microphone that's going to allow you to record audio and things as well. And then you have accessibility. These are just basic permissions that you need to
Okay.
add.
Let's see.
Yep, it will show their native, and you just need to toggle it on.
Boom.
You have a lot of apps.
Yeah, I have so
There
many
you
apps.
go.
Like literally everyone's asking for everything at this point. Screen recording, why not?
Exactly.
So is this for the so
Yep.
they can read the screen to help with the names, or how does it do that?
Yeah, so exactly. So this allows you to kind of pretty much know which app is currently running, as well as in the future, you'll be able to do some pretty cool stuff with native where you can ask it like what's on my screen, and using any of the vision language models, it will be able to like either act on your behalf or just tell you exactly what's in front of you.
That's
So one of the
correct.
things we are like, that's on the pipeline currently. Now that you have that set up, you can just go back.
Yeah.
There you go. Oops. Skip, and
then
all is
finish?
done. Finish setup.
Yeah.
Yep. There you go. So now you land pretty much on the chat window. Here you can either generate images or just ask the model to run any tools that you might have connected, and I will walk you through all of this. So we can go to the models page and download our first few models.
Okay, let's make this a little bit bigger here.
Yep.
I know some of my chat audience might appreciate the bigger. Can I increase the font? Okay,
The bigger screen.
Okay.
Yes, you can. You can actually, you can just go to settings and increase the font, or
Okay.
just zoom in. It was just going to increase the font for you.
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
The size. Okay.
And maximum
definitely
width.
allow.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
So
Yeah, I want
this is actually
buzzed.
for scheduled tasks. It can notify you when they're done. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm all clicking
Yeah,
around. I'm
so-
super excited. Like, let's go.
No worries.
Yeah.
So models, you could go to the models page. The tab
here,
there
on the left
models.
side, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So the device you have is roughly 48 gigabytes, right?
I have 128 gigs. We can go all in, bro.
128.
All in,
Okay.
bro. I'm just pushing the
Okay,
chips all the way in.
Perfect. Actually, I want to show you something with the smaller model so that people can like also follow along if they have different devices.
Good
You
point,
can
good
go
point.
and try LFM 2.5 2.6b. It's an interesting name.
LFM? I don't think I see
LFM
it here.
2.5. Oh yeah, in Discover.
Oh,
It
okay.
should be
So
in
if I
Discover.
so there's a tab up here that says installed, and the other tab up here to the top
Yes.
right says discover. So discover means you're gonna go to like Hugging Face and start pulling the models.
Exactly.
And then you're then sorting them out by what's actually capable to be installed on my Mac, or
No, it's sorting by trending right now.
Okay.
So you can see all the hottest new models. And if something that doesn't fit on your device, you will see a red flag. And I'll show you when you go back, actually.
I love this comment from Rob G right now. He says, let's spin up some of the M3
Yeah.
Ultras. My guy has two M3 Ultras. And if you're looking to buy one, I think he might be trying to sell one. 512 gigabytes of RAM.
Okay, if he has at least 4 terabytes of storage, please contact me. We are actually looking for one.
Oh,
Like literally.
yo, Rob, I got
like,
you on the
DM
connect,
me.
so I'll hook you up. Yeah.
Yeah, DM me, and I'm looking for one. So there, the second model,
Okay.
the 2.5, 2.6p, you can download that one.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and download it. So right now it gives me the stats that how many people have downloaded it and how big it is on my disk.
Yes.
So if you're downloading this on a Mac, you're only going to use 5 gigs.
Yeah.
And so this could even fit on a Mac Mini technically because it has 256 gigabytes.
Yes.
Is my smallest Mac Mini.
Exactly.
And so what is Liquid for those who are wondering, and what are some of these random numbers that are in front of me? You don't have to go in super technical detail, just kind of so that people are aware of what they're looking at when they're looking at these things.
Yeah, so Liquid or LFM are a series of foundation models developed by Liquid AI. They are a partner when it comes to like model releases. We've been helping them for roughly a year now plus port these models over to Apple Silicon and be able to run them quite fast. They're currently the fastest language models or vision language models that you can run on device because of the LFM architecture.
Okay.
Like it's a proprietary model architecture. It's like incredibly fast and actually quite good. It's
Dang.
currently my favorite model when it comes to creating meeting recording summaries. I'll show you some of the summaries it generated for me, and it's like
Yo.
really mind blowing.
And in different languages too, like Russian, Polish, Hindi.
Exactly,
Bro, get out of
exactly.
here. Wait, so I can.
Is this
Wow.
Yeah, it's the same
Wow.
thing with Gemma. You also have Gemma 4. The
Hmm.
E2B or E4B series are also some of my favorite models when it comes to
Okay.
actual agentic use case as well and
Wow.
coding. They're quite fast, and they're also omni models, so they can also process audio. Like you can literally make your input in audio as well, and it's just going
Yeah.
to process.
Audiso
Yeah,
says,
it's
yeah, it works.
downloading from Hugging Face.
Let's go.
Is downloading the model from Hugging Face. And actually, you can get faster downloads if you add your Hugging Face token. If you have your Hugging Face
Oh,
token right now and you
yeah.
copy to clipboard, I'll show
Okay.
you where to put it, and it
Oh,
will
heck
be even
yes.
faster.
Yeah, let me get that
Yeah,
loaded
you
up real
can.
quick. Let's see if
Yes.
I can make a new Safari window. Let me get my Hugging Face. I'm doing it off stream. For those who are wondering.
Yeah, you should. You should, as you should.
Yes, as you should. Yeah, let me just leak all my keys, copy and paste. Access tokens. Okay, so if I go to access tokens, it's funny
Access
because the
tokens.
screen that I'm
Yeah.
working with down off screen is super tiny, so I'm like having to. It's like I need more space. Yeah. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
You can generate one like with full access.
access
This
token.
also helps you download any gated models on Hugging Face where you need to
Mm,
accept some sort of form.
okay.
You won't be able to download those if you don't have your Hugging Face
Mm.
account connected.
Okay, so for those who are wondering what this looks like, if you're on Hugging Face, since this is somewhat of a masterclass, I'm going to kind of
Yeah.
walk you through it. So on your profile picture, once you create a profile on Hugging Face, you'll see a thing called like access tokens. And so you're just going to go ahead and click
Yes.
that. It's going to ask you for your password, and then you end up here. And once you end up here
Yeah.
in this access token section, you can see I've already created them and who's has what permissions. So when we hit create token, it's going to give us probably the key. And then as far as permissions, what are the permissions that we need for this one? Just read?
You can just give it full permission.
Okay.
Even read is fine, but
Okay.
I usually just give it full permission
Okay.
in case you want to also upload stuff, because this kind of sets up your entire machine
Oh.
and your Hugging Face Hub API directly.
Okay. The hub. Okay. So I'll just call this native for the token name. I'm just making sure that I don't
Yes.
leak anything. I'm just off screen. Okay. So yeah.
Yep.
Native, fine grained. I should just do right. I think I just do right. So then I could just hit right, hit create
Right
token.
is the correct one.
Okay, so let me just go ahead and do that. And so once I have my token created, now I can go into here. This is already downloaded in the period of us talking, but just for my future
Okay.
models. Where do I go in the
Then
settings?
we want to download. Yeah. No. So you want to go to dev.
Mm-hmm. Dev, right here, this little bug.
Dev is
Oh,
the
dev.
last. No,
On
no,
the
no. Right
the left
here,
side. Yeah.
dev, and then you want to go to developer,
Okay. Nice.
and right there you'll see a place. Actually, you already have your Hugging Face token set up because
Nice.
it picks up your Hugging Face token in your machine. So no
Ah.
need to like replace this one. But even if you did, it's just gonna work fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's this little
So
button
then
that says
you
add
can.
token here on the right side or something, and that's kind of where we would put it in.
No, you would put it where
Oh,
it says
right here.
Hugging Face authentication.
Got it.
On the side you see server API authentication, so that's like mostly like your server API.
Okay.
Then you could like go back to models. I want you to download one more model.
Okay, let's do it.
Actually two more models.
Let's go.
Go to discovery, and then actually before that, look at this red flag here in DeepSeek V4
Oh yes.
Pro. That is what is telling you that it won't fit on your device.
It needs
So
1.5
understand.
terabytes, and this Mac has 128 gigs. Try a smaller or quantize. Hey, yo, Rob, I'm gonna need that Mac Mini or that Mac Studio over here, bro.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's go.
So the second model I want you to download is Cohere Transcribe
Okay.
for all the transcriptions. So Cohere Transcribe, right there, the second one.
Okay. So
Yeah,
Cohere
that one.
Transcribe 03 2026. This is 4
Yeah,
gigs
it's
as
gated.
well. Okay.
It's gated, so you would need to actually go to Hugging Face to accept if you didn't already. Exactly. So it's
So I have to
gated.
click this.
You need to
this
go to
URL?
Hugging Face.
Okay.
You can collect, you can copy it. You can also go. That might be also something for us to improve.
Okay.
Make it easier for you to like go to Hugging Face. Just go to Hugging Face, the hub
Okay.
directly. You can open the page,
Yeah.
and it's just gonna be, and you can search the same model you want. This is mostly because Hugging Face doesn't allow you to do this. It's like a gate that the company
It makes sense.
sets.
So they don't
So
want
there,
automation. Yeah.
agree access to the repository.
Oops. Yeah, I just did
Now
that. Okay.
that's done.
Okay.
Let it just process. I guess if it's done, you can download again, and it should work
Sweet.
just fine.
Nice.
There you
Okay.
go.
Yo, big shout outs
That
to
is going to
Luis.
be.
Yeah.
You can also start downloading a second model, a third
Let's go.
model, which is going to be your Flux clone for image generation.
Oh, okay. 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 Let's do
In
that.
the search, yeah, right there in the search bar,
Flux.
Flux
Oh,
to
KLEIN.
yeah, but try to download the 4B.
Okay. 4B. This one.
Yeah,
20 gigs.
the 4B. Yes, that one.
Okay.
You can download
Nice.
the quantized version as well. It really is still high quality, but you can download that one if you want.
Okay. The unquantized one is the one that's like the higher parameters.
No, you're just gonna find a 8-bit or 4-bit version of that model.
Okay. Got it. So I'm going to do a quick model. Wow, this is cool.
Yeah,
Holy smokes, bro. Wait, so this is going to be running
yeah.
locally as
It
much as
can
I
do a
want.
lot of exactly. So you
So
can
somebody had a
select
good
it,
question
that
as far as
download it.
like what format are the models being downloaded? Because then it looks like I see, CUDA and these other things that are listed, but the ones that are listed here are ones
Okay.
compatible for the Mac.
Yeah. So basically, we allow you to run the full precision model. So whatever model the original company released, in this case, for example, Quen, you would be able to run the full precision model if it fits on your device. Or we also have quantized or converted models that are in MLX format. So that allows you to run it even more efficiently if it's like a quantized version, or if it's like a beef float 16, which is like an optimized, like half precision version of the model.
Wow.
It still gives you like really good performance across the board.
Man, this is crazy, dude. All I'll be doing is just kind of hanging out here, downloading everything.
Yeah,
Obliterated? No
actually, if
way,
you
dude.
have, yeah, if you have two M3 Ultras with 512, you can actually run Kimi K3. We haven't added clustering into native yet, but the engine allows you to do that. Actually, Pedro
Whoa.
from Hugging Face made a video and allowed you to run this particular model.
Wow. This is awesome. That's
Yeah,
crazy, man. So that we can select compatibilities as far as what we want to. So for example, if I wanted
exactly.
video, if I wanted re-ranking or embeddings, I can select those types of things. That's super cool.
Yes.
So as far as like models that are installed, I can go back to installed. So this is going to tell me like what models I have installed on my
Yeah,
machine.
you can.
Okay.
Yeah, you can load the LFM model that we had earlier. Did right there? It's a third one. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Just click on load. Actually, there's this button, the blue button right there.
The play?
Yep. Basically, play. It's time to
Yeah.
play.
Okay. So now it's loading the
There you
model
go.
and I wanted to see how much memory it's taking. I could just go to system. Oh, it's already
Yep.
done.
You can go to system.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really fast.
Wow.
So if you go
Okay.
to system, actually, let me show you something really cool. If you go to customize menu bar
Yeah.
before that,
Oh, oops.
if
Back
you
to
go to no
system.
in,
Yeah.
in
Okay.
system
Yeah.
customize menu bar, you
Yeah.
can now pretty much set up your top nav bar to show you live metrics, so that you don't have to like guess what memory usage you have currently, or CPU
Mm.
usage or GPU usage. You can
Yeah.
just set up and it just changes the logo into those things.
Oh, so how do I do that?
Just click on for example GPU, put percentage and
Uh-huh.
mini graph,
Okay.
and
Oh, I
then click
see.
mini graph. And yeah, I'm not sure
And then
you'll be able to show it
overview
because right
here.
now on stream it doesn't,
Oh, okay.
but basically we'll show you the same metrics live. And here you have like a detailed view into your CPU
Oh, up
usage, your
here is
GPU
what you're talking about on
usage.
my menu bar, which is not being
Yes,
shown right now. Sorry. On my
exactly.
so the menu bar, for those who are wondering, it's actually off the screen, so you can actually see it above. And I don't know if I can somehow get that for you, but I'll have to get a
A
screenshot up
screenshot, and
here,
then
and then
yeah.
I'll show you what this looks like next to everyone else. So yeah, this is the screenshot here. You can kind of see my little menu bar. this is what's being shown up above in real time. So this is kind of where it's at.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. My favorite setup is the mini graph and the memory in gigabytes.
That makes
So I can like
sense.
see everything.
Wow. Cool. That's awesome.
Now we can just go to chat. We already have the model loaded. Whilst
Okay.
those ones download, you can ask, like for example, just ask anything you want, like as a normal chat, and I'll show you something really cool about this model. The speed is blistering fast.
Dude, that's crazy. And look how many
So it's thinking
tokens.
right now.
Wow.
Yep,
And
it
I'm running a
shows
live
you
stream to
everything.
4 different sources right now. And,
Yep,
all the other stuff that's happening on my machine. Plus, I have this local model loaded and it's still this fast.
exactly. Exactly. And
Wow.
if you go now, I want to show you something even cooler.
Yeah.
If you go to your dashboard now that you
Okay.
generated these tokens,
Oh,
you can see how many tokens you generated, what is the average speed, your activity. Mine shows mostly evening because I'm a night owl. So, and you can show all the tokens you generated locally across all models. If you use different models as well, all of them are going to show here.
whoa.
Um,
Oh, that's
yeah, and you can see
cool.
by request. Yeah, you can see by request as well, by week, day, year, and all time. And you can also
Wow.
compare all models. So if you click here on model or where it says model right
Yeah.
here, no, yeah, you can put select all, and it
Uh-huh.
will show you all the data across different models that you generated with native. Currently,
That's
you only use
amazing.
one model, but the more you use, the more this data will become even more
I love this
insightful.
comment right now. Downloading the Quen 3.8 27B uncensored. I mean, should we download that model? Why not, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can do it. It should run if you do, let's say 8-bit. It should run at roughly 30 tokens per second. If you run full precision, it should do, yeah, it should
Oh, I
do I think
see.
around 20 or 15.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
you can also
see.
run the FP8 by the way. We can run the FP8 directly, but yeah, that one you can
Oh, I have to
download
sign
it,
into, oh, it says
but it's
open Hugging Face.
censored. Yeah,
Ah.
exactly. So there you go.
Oh. And so
Now you
now,
can download it.
oh, that's why it shows gated. Okay. Oh,
Yes.
nice. And so,
Yeah.
in terms of what we should be using, was there a difference between what says MLX versus FP8 here? And
Yes, it there is a difference, but we can also run FP8. You can run both. It's just that the MLX one already comes pre-formatted into MLX format. So the other one is just a normal model that can load on any other inference engine like
okay,
VLLM, SGLang. So we
uh huh,
also support that one.
got it. And so, because I'm running on my Mac, does it make a difference which one I'm running?
No, you don't. It doesn't. Like your Mac is powerful enough that you can just download the FP8 one and run it.
Ah, so it doesn't give me faster tokens per second or anything like that specifically.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you want the fastest, you should go with like 4-bit.
oh, I see.
But usually, this model in particular is notorious for thinking overthinking, or just download the NVP4 if there is a version of that one.
Yeah. Oh, it literally, there's
Um,
no uncensored
but
one.
that
Okay.
won't be censored. Yeah, you need the censored
Ah,
version.
got it. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun
But
to
you can
play
download
around.
the FP8. Yeah,
Yeah.
just download that one. Whilst it's downloading, we can go to the dev section and leave these models downloading, and I can show you some more interesting things. If you go to integrations,
Okay. Integrations on the top here. Wow.
right there. So if you have any of these, it's gonna say ready to configure. It seems you have Pi currently,
Yes.
and you have open code, you have codecs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if it's
Cloud
codecs
code.
that I
Yeah.
see now, but the ones you have, it says ready to configure.
Mm-hmm.
And if let's say open code, you can click there, click on open code.
Yeah. I haven't opened code for
Now
like a long
actually
time.
Pi,
So I have like a big fat
actually
update.
let's do Pi.
Okay.
They're great friends of ours as
Okay.
well. But and like Pi has the least amount of tokens that it tries to use out of your context.
Yes.
You
Yeah. Yeah.
can click configure and open.
Wow.
There you go. It's gonna configure everything for you in Pi, and it opens with the model you want. So you can ask it to do anything, like, for example, list the tools.
Yeah.
There you go. It's running native. So you can say list all the tools.
So this is
It's
running
gonna,
Pi, which is running locally on my Mac because it's hitting the.
and it's using native.
Hold
It's
up, hold
hitting
up, hold up.
native.
Yo,
Go to
this is
dashboard and you will see this happen.
no way, bro.
It's gonna update in just a sec.
Yeah, but I could also
You will
wasn't there something
you
where I can see the system or the where the calls is it dev
Oh
here?
yeah, developer. Yeah,
Developer?
and then
Okay.
developer
Yeah,
again,
here's all the requests that are
and you can see
happening in
the
real time.
request.
Look at the tokens per second. Hey, let's go. Let's
Yeah,
go. Let's go. Oh my god, bro. Look at this.
and
It's
it's
going
just going.
crazy.
Yeah, they
Wow.
have quite a few tools, and there you go. It just listed all the tools. It was thinking for a bit, so it will list all of them for you
My
there.
GPU is at 99%, by the way. This is the
Yep, it's
drop down
good.
menu.
It means that,
Yeah.
yeah, you can also see it in real time there. If you don't want
Whoa.
to open the dashboard, you can also just click on the menu bar, and it's going to show
Wow.
you all the requests coming live, and you can see there you
Look
just
at the prefill.
generated
2,000 tokens
thing.
per second for the prefill. Holy guacamole.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Oh,
that's what happens when you have really optimized architectures like Cohere's Gemma, and I think LFM and Quen are some of the most optimized right now in terms of like
so
speed.
damn. All I had to do was just like to kind of rewind back on what's going on. Once I have a model
Hmm.
installed, I could just go to integrations and then set up Pi and open Pi, just configure it once, right?
In
And then
open,
once that's
yeah, you
done,
configure once.
and all the other models will start showing up as I install them. Is that how that works?
Yeah, so you can usually, what we do right now is, because you might have a model that's loaded, what you would need to do is just click here on the where you see liquid, and then right here in model, no, up here.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh, I see.
yeah, and then you can select the model you want to use for that particular session, and it just if it needs configuration, it does. If not, it just runs the
Oh,
model for
I
you.
see. Okay. So if I wanted to change it to a different model, got it. I would have to go in here to
Yeah,
change it for that session.
exactly.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And then another really cool thing that you can do is go to extensions.
Okay. Extensions on the left.
So this is where things get really exciting. So
Hmm.
we have this concept of kits that the team developed. It was like, hey, what are the set of tools and MCPs and skills that we use the most? And we can like bundle them into kits.
Oh wow.
And when you activate the kit, it just has everything you want. If you click on details instead of enable first, details, it shows you everything that's used for that particular skill. This one is our
Wow.
favorite. I use it pretty much almost every single day to like find out what are the top issues that have recently been active or PRs, and I can just like literally go from native into those issues, or send a comment through native and say, hey, can you like comment this? And it uses
Wow.
like the GitHub MCP to do that with my account.
Dang. That's crazy. So if I should I enable it now or
Yeah.
okay, enable all. Let's go.
You need to go to, then yeah, you can enable it. Then
Uh-huh.
you need to go to MCP,
Oh, I see. And then turn these guys on.
MCP, and then turn on your GitHub. It's trying to connect. If it
Yeah. It
doesn't,
should.
all of those are connecting well.
Oh, I see. I see.
GitHub, yes,
Okay.
there you go. So copy code and then
Yeah.
open GitHub.
Okay. Copy code, open GitHub, the hub.
No,
I'm
this
opening
one
the hub.
is fine. Like
Okay.
nothing will happen because it's not a password thing. It's just going to try
Bro,
and
I've been
like.
hacked. I've been hacked. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, okay.
Am I in the right account? Hold on. Yeah, I'm in the right account. I got so many accounts. Yeah, people might see
No
my burner
worries.
accounts on GitHub. They don't know about my other accounts. They're like, who is this crazy guy making these insane contributions to libc or something? It's not me, not
No,
me.
GitHub. Yeah, GitHub is the one place that like it has pretty much my entire life.
Uh,
So yeah, I
okay,
would
okay.
feel it would hurt if I got hacked. Is
Yeah,
it
yeah.
done?
Yeah, I
Okay,
believe so.
then it says
Yeah,
choose
connected.
repositories. If
Oh,
you already did you
oh,
choose the
I'm gonna
repositories?
YOLO, just all
Yeah,
private
I
and more.
think is this where the account is?
Yeah.
Native MCPs. Yeah. There you go.
So,
No worries. I think this needs to be private, public. No worries. I'll like activate this. It's
okay,
just something that I need to toggle on GitHub.
perfect. Yeah, more later.
But
And
I can
then,
show you. I can show you on my side
yeah,
in
yeah.
a sec.
Okay,
Then you have memory, SQLite, partial search. These are just extras that you can easily set up.
okay.
Memory is mostly just to remember stuff that you said in the past, or
Oh,
you're
and I
being
would
interacting
configure
with
that with
with
some
the
type
machine.
of memory thing, like model context protocol memory or
Yeah,
something. Okay. Or have my own
exactly.
SQLite database and stuff, and it can install it. Okay, okay, that's pretty cool. Awesome. Parallel search would just run like a
Yeah,
API. Okay, that's hot. Whoa. And
it
so,
is. It
so
is
you,
like
this
a
is all
lot of
configurable. This
real.
is why you called it a kit, because now you don't have to use what's built in. You then, as an engineer, can configure what you want in your kit so that you can have,
Exactly. You
like,
can
I like to use
configure.
Exa, so I'm going to put in Exa, right? For search and some other things like,
Yeah.
uh, okay, that's hot. That's
And the
so hot.
beautiful thing is that we are soon going to allow you to create kits yourself. Currently, we're just refining a couple of things, but basically, we are going to allow you to create custom kits,
Mhm.
um, and that's gonna open up a lot of doors.
That's awesome. I want to answer some of these questions real quick before we kind of proceed to the next steps
Sure.
because a lot of stuff has really happened. I have the currently a M3 Mac with 120 gigs of RAM, and so that's kind of what's actually
Hmm.
powering this entire stream right now. Plus, I have the Liquid LFM model that's loaded in memory live, and we were getting that many tokens a
Hmm.
second. If those folks who are
Okay.
just joining in the stream right now, we chose a smaller model, and the workflow that we're kind of targeting right now is going to be around the transcription stuff. So in essence, can we replace our Whisperflow with a local model that can do everything and then also like summarize and with all the transcriptions. So that's kind of one of our goals. We're also looking to see. I think we have a multimodal model that we've downloaded as well. So we're going to take a look at
Yeah.
that. And then I think Trendstar was asking about video understanding. So like a video in
Video
text
understanding.
out.
Yes.
Is there any model for that? Is it
Um,
just
Yeah, so actually, a lot of the new VLMs do support video. I'm not sure we added video support into native, but basically the engine does. So we can process videos and even give you like an understanding of each timestamp. If it's not there, I will like have the
because we
team
can use
do
they
it
can use Pi,
today.
right? They just load the model through
Yeah,
Pi and
you could
then
also,
yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can literally just send the video to the engine. It's just going to break it down for you, even by timestamp. You can even ask it like, "Hey, can you find this particular object in the video?" And it's just going to detect it for you. We have some.
What?
Let me share. Oh
Bro, that's
yes, oh
crazy.
yes.
Wait,
Let me
so
share
wow.
a notebook for the engine that allows you to do this. So we have examples, and within examples, we have a video, uh, a lot of video examples from with models like Falcon. They
Okay.
can do video understanding, image overlay detection, and so on.
So another
Okay.
thing that we're doing is we're gonna kind of get some of the stuff loaded up. I think. Oh, my camera's not focusing. Where's my eyes? I'll get my camera to focus soon. Okay. So um, let's see. Out of the way. Sometimes it has trouble focusing. Oh yeah, I get it fixed.
No
So right
worries.
now we're taking a look at some of this. Yeah, when you get a chance to share your screen, and I'll put it up on the thing. And so,
Here, actually,
okay, here we go. Cool.
I sent you a link. It
Oh,
should show you all the examples we have,
okay.
and these are like notebooks. So you can see pretty much every single notebook we can of things that you can run directly
Okay.
on device.
Wow. So
I
these are
think
the
the
notebooks.
Falcon
I'm going to
one
share this
is the
in the
most
chat
interesting one.
as well, so that way we can have everything here. So for those who are kind of like
Hmm.
circling back, one of the things that we just did recently was we downloaded the models from here, and the way that we're able to download the models to use, it's not only are we loading stuff up to have a chat and a whole interface, but this platform also allows you to have basically it turns your machine into an API provider just within your local network. And so if you can imagine that now, there's these things called like a dev. If you go to /dev with integrations, the integrations integrate with other providers. So if you're using Codex, if you're using Pi, if you're using OpenCode, any of these other coding platforms, even Cursor as well, JetBrains, Buzz, and so forth, you then can use the local models that are on your machine on these platforms. And so the next step somebody was asking was like, okay, can we do something with video understanding? Because this is
Yeah.
something that I want to do in my workflows. And so if you have your own Pi instance, or if you have your own open code or your Claude code, and you're doing like video analysis, instead of sending it off to a third party model, you could just do it on your machine. So you just tell Claude Code with the model that's loaded to say, tell me when this person was eating, give me the timestamps for every time this person was eating a pizza. And then it will just spit that out to you using your own local model on your own Mac,
Uh,
right? Yeah.
yep.
Yeah. So yeah, what's up? What's up, man?
Yeah, so there is this particular example. For example, if you want to do object tracking, not only on one frame but across frames in a video, you can use models like SAM3 and make that as a tool for any agent that you're running locally. So it can figure out our API quite easily and just do this for you. Or you can use a pre-existing model like LFM and pass a video through the API directly, and we're gonna add it to the chat. Right now, we can mostly do images and PDFs, but video is like coming out next.
That's so amazing. And you can see when you select it, like for me in Pi, I can see the model if I do slash model. And so somebody was asking, is this supported
Hmm.
in Atomic? And it is, because Atomic is a fork of Pi. So if I do the same thing
Hmm.
here, if I exit out and then like just go to just see, oh, okay, all my updates, see, slash Clippy desktop, workspace. Oh my gosh, my computer's slow. It's dying. Okay, I have the pinwheel of death right now. Okay, Atomic. So if I
Okay.
load Atomic, because it's a fork of Pi, I should be able to see the model here. So slash model.
Okay.
And then the model should, I think it's called LFM. Okay. No, I think there's an additional configuration
Okay.
step that's needed.
They
Yeah.
might have configurations in separate places.
Hmm.
So we look for Pi in particular. If it's using the same configuration as Pi, it would pick it up. But maybe it needs like a separate thing because their configuration is in a different location.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
that's
is in
kind
a
of my
different
thinking.
location. So that's
Okay.
why. Yeah,
Ah,
no worries. I'm
right.
not sure if we have Atomic here, but we kind of
Probably
support
not yet,
all of the
but I'll
top
put a
ones.
PR. I'll put a PR up. Yeah. Okay.
No
That's cool.
worries.
Yeah. And then it should be able to get configured within it. So coming soon. But yeah, that'd be really
Absolutely.
cool, because
Yep.
that's kind of a lot of people are doing like verification tasks, and so they could just be done either by local
Hmm.
models, or if it's doing research tasks, you could just have a lot of local model work being done. So that's really really cool. This is gonna be really amazing. Also, big shout outs to Wes
It's
Eklund. So he's
yeah,
definitely
Wes.
appreciates both of us.
Shout
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Yeah, it's quite interesting because whilst we were building the engine for the past 3 years, we got a lot of attention from developers in the developer community at large. So we were getting a lot of people really trying out local AI, but the main bottleneck has always been, hey, how can I try this in an easy way? So when we built a native, it was like this has to feel like a native application, like it belongs on your Mac, and then it should allow you to be pretty much the gateway through to local AI. You can access it, you can share it within your network, and do all of the most common workflows that you would do in the cloud, which would be chat, image generation, audio understanding, video generation, and in some cases, now we just added music generation. That might also be something that would be possible in the near.
wow,
And it's so easy because native is only 4 weeks old, and there's so many requests in different directions that it's just been an exciting ride.
wow. Okay,
Okay, so
cool.
let's look at the models you downloaded.
Okay,
I'm not
we
sure how
went
many
crazy.
I've done. Okay, so I think the one that's Cohere Transcribe is done.
Yeah.
Now you can go into extensions.
I'm gonna pause this one for a second. Okay, I think this is fine. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah,
extensions. Extensions.
yeah,
Okay.
extensions, and then go into extensions again. Um, And here's the thing. So this was the first attempt at figuring out how we can make native extensible without really creating a bottleneck on the team to add add certain features or even bottleneck on the product being bloated with many different types of features. So extensions was, I wanted to build a local app that does better than Whisperflow and all of these other like local AI voice dictation apps, because I tried all of them. I literally had subscriptions for all of them,
Right.
and the moment it feels like the moment I pay, the service just degrades. There are bottlenecks, and also I also always need the internet to do the simple stuff. And I was like, okay, I want to build it so bad. I'm gonna build as a separate app outside of native because I don't think people are gonna like it. Then I had this epiphany, which was like, hey, what if we made native extensible and we can just allow developers to build these extensions? And it turns out it actually works really well. So the audio extension is mostly two JSON files, and native figures out what to do and how to render everything for you. Um, right now, you cannot see the button to add, but it already has that feature. We're
Yeah.
just figuring out the engine to display some of the information better. So if you click to activate it,
Okay.
something really cool is going
Oh,
to
is this
happen.
audio?
You see their audio is there. So if you click
Wow.
there,
Okay.
now you will see
Ooh.
recording. You will see here, you can pretty much start recording from your mic, and you can choose the device you want, see the audio and transcription suggestions in particular. Before you do anything, look at transcription suggestions.
Okay. And so just allow, right?
There you go.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
allow.
Yo, let me
Yeah.
cook, fam.
And yeah, then you can complete.
Complete. Okay. And so this will then
Yeah,
save everything and transcribe it as like a just regular. Oh, I see this little floating thing up
exactly.
here. What is this?
Yeah. So that is pretty much the floating animation, and you can change it. By the way, it can
Oh,
do different types of animations for you. There you
okay.
go. Now you can, you see it on the transcription suggestions.
Yeah.
You know what this does?
Uh huh.
I had this thing where I would like to record a lot of my meetings, but then I always had to like open up native and start recording manually. So transcription suggestions allows you to pretty much detect any meeting application like Google Meet, Zoom, Teams, etc. And whenever you start recording or start a session, it shows you a floating timer saying, "Hey, start your AI Google Notes," because
Bro.
it kind of detected this particular app. You can
Wait.
try it out in your next meeting, and it's just gonna blow your mind away.
Okay, so let
But
me
if you want to
rewind a little
see,
bit for those who are just trying to grasp what we just did. Like we killed like 5 startups all at once.
yeah, and it's an extension.
And literally it's an extension. So there's this free app called Native developed by the team over at Native with Prince Kanuma's leading. For those who don't know, Prince Kanuma worked on a lot of stuff using MLX framework, wrote that stuff to make them, you know, Swift native and so forth as well. In some of these cases, and then has a team building this stuff out now, and as you know, kind of moving towards this thing to like really make local AI feel like native, like it should be. Because the problem, like several years
Yeah,
ago, and we've interviewed together, it's like, let's go ahead and get this stuff set up. Okay, what's my Python environment? What's all this different happenings?
yeah,
What quantization levels? And so they're working really hard to try to like eliminate that and make it as easy as you downloading basically ChatGPT, right? So in here, on top of all that, my guy literally is also replacing Whisperflow and their latest feature that they have that listens for meetings. This is all the whole
yeah,
thing. But on top of that, check this out. This runs on your Mac locally once you download the models. And the models aren't crazy in size. It's only 5 GB to download that LFM model that we just did. And then you can get the whole transcription engine that's basically built into your Mac. And so you can run this on literally a Mac Mini and everything else. And this is incredible because we're about to go into a little bit more details of what this actually looks like in the normal workflow. And I don't think like people are really understanding this moment that's literally happening right now, and that's going to happen, and how valuable these types of machines are to keep around, you know, because even like a machine that is very basic, because it's running the Apple Silicon, it can do quite a bit from that. Obviously, if you have more hardware, it's going to enable it. But this thing called Native, NATIV, is open source. It's available for you to download for free as an app. You just hit the little download button. It gets set up pretty quickly, as we did. The other thing that you'll probably will need to do is get this thing called Hugging Face. So go ahead and create an account there. And so that's going to give you access to all the models and so forth. And so you can have access to pretty much every model. And if you're trying to figure out which model to download, what I'll convince Prince, and maybe after this live stream, I'll get it transcribed, is maybe we can have a list of providers. I'll put it in my school community of what models are you're kind of using right now. Right now, they actually list it in the app as kind of trending. So in the actual models tab, you'll see a little thing called, this is what's installed on my machine. If you go to Discover, you'll see a thing that they've marked as trending. So these are the things that are trending. And so you can kind of take a look and they'll give you some descriptions here. But don't get too scared with all this other stuff. I'm going to try to break it down a little bit. I'll have it in my free school community that you can check it out, rfer.me/startmyai. And we'll have some of the stuff listed there. So what do you need? What's the formula you need? There's not that much stuff really you need. You just saw we just downloaded LFM liquid one that we had here, LFM 2.5-2.6b. And so that's the one we hit play, 5.6 gigabytes. This does reasoning, this does tool calling, and this is the one that's currently hooked up into our audio here. So I think this is kind of the basics of what I've covered, but I'm going to let you then start cooking from here. Let me answer some questions real quick, because I know a lot of people are popping in the chat and seeing what they say. So all you have to do is download from the repo. Oh, you mean just for the thing? Yeah, you could just do it in here. It's like pretty easy with the UI. Okay, so I think somebody's helping troubleshoot someone else with their issues as well. Also, Trendstars is excited about the video models stuff because he's actually trying to do his screen recording animation workflow. And so you can see the power of having these models locally and how much power it unlocks as well if you're actually able to run them. And they're continuing to make improvements to increase the speed of utilizing the hardware. So to me, this is a really nice play, and this is a really approachable way that I can give to other people who are curious to play with local AI, but you don't have to get too overwhelmed with all the different parameters. And I love this whole movement. I love supporting stuff like this, and this is just really awesome. So I'll let you kind of take it away from here, Prince.
Yeah. Obey is having some trouble. Feel free to reach out to me on X or file an issue on GitHub if something's not working, and we can look into it. Or you can use this bug item here on the app to submit, and it's just gonna give us everything that there is about your device around your particular error. For example, crash, model download, model inference, app UI, or any of these things. When you click, it's just going to open up GitHub and allow it to submit.
Cool. Big shout outs to Cohere. Thank you so much. These streams are so fun to do, and I'm just excited to keep digging in here, having some fun. Cool, man. Awesome.
So let's go into library. I want to show you something really cool. So now you have your transcript. You can click on transcript.
Transcript's here. Okay.
Right there.
Wow.
Yep. There's exactly what you said. And then you can click on summary.
Okay, summary.
And I'll walk you through this model is so crazy. Look at this. It tells you everything in your meeting.
This is exactly what I get from Notion.
Oh yeah. And this was completely generated. You could be running this offline. We haven't even done dictations yet, so this is just part of it. You could also press play and hear the audio, but that's not yeah.
That's awesome.
Then go to overview.
Okay, overview.
And,
and
here you go. It tells you how many words they were dictated. What is your streak? Guess how big is my streak right now?
How many words you got? Well, for words dictated? Okay, so let's compare ours. I've been using Whisperflow for the past several years and so. So I think let's see what mine's 581,000 words over I think basically a couple of years, right? Because I've been using it since it sort of came out. Yeah.
Let me share my screen and I'll show you mine.
Let's go.
Can you see my screen?
Give me a second. Let me just load it up here on the thing as a guest. Here we go. Boom.
This is mine.
Whoops. Let's see. Let me see if I can read it. It shows 100 and something. You're fine. Yeah, I can see it. This is my screen's really tiny. 199,965 words. Dude, how long have you been using this for?
Dictated. I've been using it for quite some time now. I think the first time was literally a couple of weeks, like 3 weeks ago, that I've been doing this. And
Damn.
my favorite model right now, number one, has been Cohere. I've done 196,000 words with Cohere. Last used was today, and it processed like 20 hours of audio, and I've done 309 transcriptions. Following that is Quen 3ASR. This one here is pretty cool because it also does diarization for your audio. We just need to like render that, but I use it every single day. And if you see my settings, like everything is turned up, and look at the library. Like these are just all the recordings, and
Wow.
these are all the recent dictations.
Oh my gosh.
So it
That's
just it just does a lot of pretty cool stuff. So yeah, my favorite thing right now
that's
is
crazy.
running voice dictation as well as meeting recordings through this, and the quality is pristine. Like, let me see if there is something here in one of these. There you go. Like, it shows you detailed everything around
Wow.
your meeting transcription, and it gives you the whole transcript, even for meetings that have ran for hours. I think the longest has been something like 17,000 words, but you have here one with 10,000 words and more. So all of this is just running completely
Yeah.
locally.
That's pretty cool. So yeah, for those who are just joining in, what we're demoing is just a way to run all of your local models on your Mac. So this platform is called Native, and so Native will allow you to download the local models, and they're each actually very approachable and easy to do. The other part is you can chat with them there, but the other part that Native does is it turns your machine into a local server, and so then you can connect them out to other things like Open Code, Claude Code, Codex, Cursor. You can put it in Pi. You can put it in pretty much every other
Yeah.
platform, and you just hit one button, it's all configured. The other powerful thing, and we are still just scratching the surface, this is just kind of like the overview here for the masterclass, is that um, there's a bonus section. It's basically, can you replace your Whisperflow subscription without you having
Yeah.
to write your own app to do that? Because a lot of people spend a lot of tokens, getting the app and running, then it's unreliable, then they're adding all these different features. You've already done that, so they don't have to do it. And this is, by the way, only
Yes.
for the Mac right now. And so for this, Prince has actually worked on a lot of these frameworks to make it happen, and along with the rest of their team inside of Native. And so that's the workflow that we just did right now. It's like basically replacing Whisperflow by just using the LFM model, and you can see how many words he's been able
Yeah.
to transcribe. And they've,
Cohere.
yeah.
Cohere is the transcribe model,
Oh, I
and then
see.
LFM is just the language model for the summary. But you
Got
can
it.
choose any combination of models you want, and it's
I
just
see.
going to work.
Wow. Yeah. This is what's really funny? I feel like the Whisperflow clone is like the new to-do app for AI. Like if you know how it's like whenever you would write code, and every tutorial on YouTube is like, let me show you how to make a to-do app. And then like, they'll just show you the coding basics. Now it's like, let me show you how to do a Whisperflow clone. My guy
Yeah,
has saved hundreds of
exactly.
hours. Damn, bro. This is crazy, bro.
Yes, it does.
Wow.
It literally does save you hours. My biggest problem was getting out of a meeting and realizing that like a lot of the alpha in the meeting was left up in the air. Now I literally finish meetings and I'm like, I can have an email ready in a couple of seconds. Literally just copy the
Whoa.
summary, and I
Oh,
can like make an email right away in the chat window if I want to.
damn,
And
son.
soon when you can connect your email as well, you just be able to send and automate everything from here.
I'm gonna
Let me
try
show
to
you one
make
more
a
thing here. And
Grokbot extension because I want to have my Grokbot just doing this.
yep,
Um,
we
damn.
have a
Okay.
PR
Yes.
for that
Yes. Show me some
actually
more stuff
in
with the audio. I know
our.
we were just getting started. I'm just like, I'm so excited. Everyone's
So
so excited. Yeah.
yeah, you can click on model
Okay. We'll click a model. Yep.
and click on model right there.
Uh huh.
Here's It's automatic. So whatever model that you have, it just picks that model. If you have
Okay.
any automation, like any speech to text
Ah.
model,
Okay.
then yeah, exactly. But just stick to Cohere. It's by far the best. Then
Mm.
you have animation. If you click on animation,
Oh.
here you can choose what animation you want. My favorite one is for voice dictation is the last one. The wide notch is
Okay.
my favorite one. No, here on the
Oh,
voice
why not up
dictation
here? It
section.
looks
So
like a
this
Siri
is
thing. That's hot.
exactly
Oh, it goes around the
both of
camera.
them are my favorite.
Wait, this goes around the notch on
Exactly.
the
So
top?
now,
Oh my God.
yes, now go to chat,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
go to the chat window,
Yeah.
and click on the chat box.
Okay. Chat here.
Click
Yeah.
on the chat, no, on the chat box right there. No, just click on there,
Yeah, yeah.
and then click FN plus control at the same time.
FN plus control. Oh, I have to probably do it on my Mac.
No,
Yo, let
FN
me
and
cook,
control, yeah.
fam. Yo, this is crazy. And then hit FN
Then
again.
click again.
Yeah. Oops. Or hit the both. Let's see.
There you go.
I think I just hit end.
It's still running, so you need. Yes, there you go.
Okay.
Just wait a second. First time it's like warming up the model, but
Yes.
second time it will be like even faster.
Uh-huh. Okay, that's good to know. So like
Let's
the first
see.
time you do it will take a while because it has to load the model weights, which is the Cohere transcribe stuff. I think I hit the X though, so
Exactly.
I don't know.
I
Hello.
think you
Are
might
you
have
there?
canceled it.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay, my bad. Yes.
There you go.
Wow.
So now you can open up Chrome. Open up Chrome.
Yeah, let me see. Give me a second. Let me put it over here. Chrome. Whoops. Chrome. Okay. Let me do a new window here.
And click FN plus control and ask who's Prince Canuma.
Who is Prince Canuma?
Or Ray Fernando.
Wait. Oh, it opens up Perplexity on
I
Safari
think.
probably. Yeah.
Yeah, you can open up Perplexity as well.
Well, this
There
is what
you
it
go.
did for me. Yeah. Wait, so this is running
You
currently
can
on my
ask
Mac.
any. Yeah, so this is running global voice dictation everywhere.
Oh.
So you can use this on any app.
Wait, I could just dictate like this?
On your Mac. I think you have two apps that are competing.
That's what it looks like. Yeah, Whisperflow is trying to come up in my conversation. They're like, they know I'm cheating on you, bro. They're like, hey, that's our
I think
shortcut,
you need to
bro.
like stop one. Yeah, you need
so
to
like
quit,
they're trying to intercept. Let me quit Whisperflow. Okay, so wait, hold on.
Yeah,
Today,
just quit.
ladies and gentlemen, I am going to cancel my Whisperflow subscription. I have been recommending this Whisperflow so damn much because it's so freaking useful all over all of my apps. Like I've been using Whisperflow for 581,000 total, almost like 500,000 numbers of words, over 500,000 words. And my words per minute is about 177 words per minute. It's about as fast as I could type, you know? And so I've been using this forever, and this is it's a weird moment for me because I've just used this so much, and you can see how much I've used it. I've used it primarily like on my desktop, and I've used it a lot for AI prompting. And so I'm in the AI app, I just yap away, and I'm actually one of the top 0.1% of the users as far as how like the words per minute, everything like that. Like I am so insane as far as like how much I use this, and like I can't believe that like today is gonna be the day where I'm gonna have to like hit settings, quit, and then like actually unsubscribe. And I have recommended this app for so many people, and so this is gonna be crazy. So let me go ahead and hit quit. Dang.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye. So was it? Hey yo, let me cook, and then just hit the same keys again. Damn.
Yeah.
It's crazy how fast it is.
There you go.
Hello,
I
are you
told
there?
you.
This thing
this
works
is running
super
a full
fast.
precision model.
Oh, wait, this is running a full precision model. So let me read this cookie policy. It says, we use cookies, pixels, SDKs, APIs, and server-to-server integrations for the correct functioning of our website. You can choose to allow us to use these technologies to measure our performance on our third-party partner websites or to improve the services. Perplexity will not use these technologies to sell third-party ads or on our services. Boom. That's fast, bro. That's crazy fast.
There. Yeah.
That's
no Wi-Fi.
No Wi-Fi. Bruh. This is really fast. Oh so my God. SAS is dead.
You can have it running. Yeah. Every single day. I actually was using it on a plane recently when I was traveling home.
Yeah.
And you can use voice to ask. Actually, if we go back to native and we see if the image generation model is already downloaded,
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Flux, and then it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see if it's downloaded. Just go in there.
This one? Just
Okay,
hit play?
Flux is downloaded. Now go to extensions again. No,
Okay.
no need, no need.
Okay.
Actually, this is the beauty of it. Go to extensions again.
Okay.
Go to tools,
Mm-hmm.
and then actually it's active. So ask it to generate. Just go to chat. It's already active. Generate
Oh,
image.
I don't even have to change the
Ask it to
images
generate
tab?
an image of some. No, no need. Just ask it to in voice. Ask it to generate anything you want.
Okay. Can I change the key command that I had before? Like
Yeah,
for the
I will show you. I'll show you the shortcut where to
audio?
change
Because
your
I have two
shortcut.
keyboards and it's
You can
kind
just
of,
go to audio
yeah,
and
shortcuts.
then shortcuts there, and then you can change it
Oh,
to
okay.
whatever you want.
FN control, press the shortcut.
That is to
I won't pick up my special keyboard, so I could do control alt probably. Or control option. Oops.
it chose control.
Oh, what the heck? What? Does it do two? Wait,
Yeah.
how do I do two?
Interesting. It should you should hold both of them at the same time.
Okay. Oh, I know why. Because of the way that so it's command option shift. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
You want to do 3, so
I just want to do option shift. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. Okay, so option control.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Let's just do control for now.
Yeah, control.
And you can also deactivate hands-free, and
Okay.
just when you deactivate hands-free, it just you need to press it. When you finish speaking, it just automatically transcribes for you.
Hey, yo,
So
let me
you
cook.
can go ahead.
This is so crazy. Okay, wait, sorry. I'm gonna get a little too carried away here. Yeah, what's up? Yeah.
Ask it to generate any image.
Okay. Generate an image of a schnauzer. And then just send it?
Yep, send it. Yep,
I don't have
send
to
it.
have the images tab loaded?
No, just send it. You'll see the beauty of this.
What?
You
so
can select Flux.
Yeah.
Use. Yep.
So now it's generating an image using my local Mac with a local model that's loaded from Flux to Klein or whatever. And so this is sending that across.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I think Flux got the wrong idea. Flux did something crazy. I don't know what it is.
Bro, NSFW. No, I don't know what that is. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
It's okay. Let me know if you think it. You can actually say that doesn't look like a dog.
Okay. Yo, that does not look like a dog. Let's see. I like the little chime sound. That's really cool. Working.
Yeah, that was like the image. It didn't turn out as expected. Let me try generating a better one with more specific prompt for Schnauzer.
Cute.
There you go.
Oh, this is adorable.
So what's happening is that it tried to generate. It creates the prompt for the image generation model. Now, if you want to just do, actually, you don't need to do that. By the way,
really?
You don't need to do that. Just cancel that.
Yeah.
Like cancel it. Go to artifacts.
Okay.
Just go to artifacts, and you'll be able to find all of these after like it finishes saving it to or the chat. There you go.
Oh, wow. That's so cute.
You can find all the artifacts you generated or uploaded into native. This first one, I think it tried to do something like a voodoo doll.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. Like, yeah. That's cool. So these are the assets that it generated. It's all available for me, basically for free, because it's running on my local machine. Dang.
Yes.
Wow. That's awesome.
There you go.
And so, yeah, go ahead.
And then you can actually just go to the images side of things. If you click on images, there you'll be able to generate here on the chat window.
Okay.
There you'll be able to generate images directly with Flux. So whatever prompt you send is sending directly to Flux. Yep, that's it. It's loaded, so
Okay.
you can use your voice again and do whatever you want. You
Okay.
can ask it to generate an image of a plane,
Okay.
whatever.
Generate an image of a person doing a deadlift. So what I was thinking
Okay.
about for like an app that I was going to make for like weight training or something, it's like I want to see if like it can generate
Hmm.
images of that. Bruh. Bruh.
That's definitely not a person.
Yeah, it's like,
I actually like the quantized version
bruh, this is not it, bro.
because I think because this is a image model, it might actually get the wrong idea.
Oh, I see. Because
So in when you are in the chat side, it actually needs, this is like prompting the image model. So you need like specific stuff to edit. For example, make the
ah,
person make the legs of the person more accurate. But in the chat, you
oh,
can actually ask the same thing, and it's just gonna do a good job. Like here in the chat, you
I
can
see.
ask it to,
Okay, so I could
yeah,
say generate an image of a person doing a deadlift. So there
yeah.
is a prompt
There you go.
processing that happens that the language
On the
model is
model
now
side,
translating to
yeah,
talk to Flux about that. I see. So that's the
exactly.
difference.
It's
So, mhm,
Yeah, the technique is like, it's called like image prompt enhancement or
mhm.
video prompt enhancement as well. It would work with image with video generation as well. So it takes the language model, it generates an even more detailed prompt of what you want, and there you go.
I don't know about you, but that's not a person doing the deadlift. That's a person at the gym holding barbells, which looks like it's right behind him.
Yep. Do you
Holding,
get what I'm saying? Like I
yeah.
use this every day.
I see. I see. I see. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously,
Like
like
the voice
different.
dictation is so
Yeah.
clutch.
Oh, for the voice? Yeah. Yeah. Because, like, you're right to point that out. So, this is an interesting thing, and we should probably talk about this a little bit of like, local models. And this just gives you an insight of what is
Yeah.
actually happening. When you talk to ChatGPT and
Hmm.
literally ask for the same prompt, you're probably going to get something that doesn't look like this weird guy's malformed and so forth. And so, if you've
Hmm.
people are always saying like local models are like 12 to 18 months behind and they're slowly catching up and so
Hmm.
forth. Part of the reason why is because all the tooling and stuff that needs to be in place for you to go from natural language to the right image is typically, it takes some type of time to do that and so forth. And that's,
Yes.
it's going to vary depending on all these different types of things. But the first approach is like, how do they start interfacing with these things and making them as easy as possible? And so this is
Yeah.
kind of why you may not be able to see what you're seeing. But in essence, when you start doing
Yeah.
it this way, this is your first peek at looking at what's actually being sent to the model. And you can interface with that directly because it's open source. So you're controlling what goes into the model and you're seeing what comes out. And so this is kind of how you can start turning into a prompt engineer and shaping the words that you send to the model directly. And that's what actually changes the output. And that's kind of like a whole science actually. And this is what different companies are literally building their whole startup on, right? So if you go to Midjourney, you type in certain things, they're going to make it easy. If you go to ChatGPT, you just type certain things, then they'll make it really easy. And there's a whole field of people who are training these language models to do uh, really interesting things to talk to these video image models or these text image models or these image models to get different output and styles and all this stuff. So there's a whole field and industry with that, and this is just a small preview. So yeah, I wouldn't expect something right now like this to be like fully fledged replacing ChatGPT per se for this, unless you get really good at prompting in a certain way, right? Because this is usually how I would just prompt
Yeah.
ChatGPT. Yeah, that's wild.
and 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 I think to add to some of these things, it's like this is completely offline, completely private. Nothing leaves your device unless you, like, for example, connect it to an external tool, a tool that interfaces with the internet, or a web browser tool, which we will do just in a minute.
Mm,
And the core objective of native is like it should not feel like DevOps. You shouldn't need Docker, set up your Python environment, or
ah,
have like a browser tab pointed at localhost. You just need to do three things: download, open, and chat. Like that's it. Or if you want to generate an image, you just download, open, and generate an image, or take an action for you. And if you go to the extensions again, I can show you the browser extension
Okay.
that we have. So right there, browser search or web search.
Hmm.
Sorry, it's like there, browser web search. You can configure Brave or Firecrawl if you have the API.
Or
Firecrawl is
Tabili.
like
Yeah,
the one
I
that
have
I
all
like
of
the
these.
most.
Or
Or yeah,
Tabili and Exa
yeah, you
and Firecrawl. Yeah.
yeah, you can connect. You can connect your favorite, and
Okay.
once that is in, once you put the token, we
Mm.
can go back.
Okay, cool. Let me see if I can get this loaded up and just
Yeah,
not expose all my keys and stuff. So let me just go to
yeah.
Exa. Yeah. Yeah.
Security first.
Yes, exactly. So let me just do this on the different screen and then get started with Exa. And then that way I just kind of get it all loaded up. Yeah, give me a second here. Because then I'll have this like loaded up here. API keys and then create new key. Great. I'm just going to call this one native. Create key.
Yep.
Awesome. So now that I have a key, I go back into here. And then what I'm going to do is just go back over here and then just make sure that I don't expose the key and then copy and paste it in here and then hit test and connect. And then boom, I have the key. Okay. 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 So now I'm just going to hit done over here just so I don't accidentally bring this back into screen or something
Yeah.
like that. And bring this over here.
Yep.
And here we go. Okay. So now we're back. We are so back. So I have Exa here set up.
Mm-hmm.
It says it's currently active. So I go
Yep.
close this. And so I just turn
And
on the web search
activate the
and then web
tool.
read.
Yeah, you can also do web read. You need to set up separately at the moment. So
Okay.
you
Yeah.
also oh, it's set up. I think it's
Yeah.
set up. Cool.
Perfect.
It's all that. Now you can just go back to your chat.
Okay.
Um,
I'm going to hit a new chat.
and you can ask, or you can start a new one. You can ask any question that involves the. Wait, I think first click on the plus. Let's just double check that the browser feature is open here
Okay.
on the plus right next to chat.
Uh-huh.
Right there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it's all
Okay.
active.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Now
Wow.
you can like pretty much ask anything.
Okay.
Let's go.
Can you help me look up cool places or cool things to do when I go to Tahiti this fall? Let's just see. So now it's the liquid LFM model that we downloaded earlier.
Yeah.
It just seems like to be just a good general model for
Mhm.
things.
Yes, to get started on pretty much any device, even if you have like a 16 gigabyte device, it should just
Oh,
run for you, and
I
it
see.
figures out things that it needs to do. It's failing web read for some reason. I don't know whether it's the token that needs
It's
to
like
be
the number of
set,
arguments that were being
but
sent. Yeah. Yeah.
okay, I think there's something there.
Yeah.
It's okay. We will definitely look this in post. Demos
Oh,
are
I can do a
always
different model too, right? I
uh,
could select Quen or something
a more powerful one. Yeah, try Quen
uncensored.
or the 27B.
Oh,
Yeah,
27B
let's
4
try that
bit.
one.
Okay. This is an older
4
model,
bit,
right?
yes. That would be, yeah, it's older, but it's still quite good.
Okay. Well,
You, you,
would
and
LFM
you
make
can
a
also,
difference with reasoning?
yes, reasoning, maximum effort.
Okay.
But I think that one doesn't have reasoning. So it does thinking, but it doesn't have like reasoning. You might want
Okay.
to start a different chat because these models have different tool calls setups.
Ah.
Um,
Okay. I just hit the pencil. Okay.
so it's a
Okay.
okay, yeah. That should work fine.
Okay.
The
Because it
pencil
should
is
reset.
like edit the model in place. Yeah, this is a much bigger model. And if you have anything else loaded, it should tell you how much more memory you have.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Because it just.
You
I,
should,
um.
yeah, you're okay. You can go back to it. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
There you go. It takes a little bit longer because it's much bigger.
Yeah. Wow. So I'm using the
There
Quen
we
model,
go.
all done locally. 17 tokens per second for the Quen. This is the older Quen model, by the way. 3.5. We're at 3.8
Yeah,
already. And I think I downloaded the model. I'm
and
not really sure. Did I download it?
yeah, yeah, you did. We haven't even activated the like speculative decoding like MTP, DFlash, and etc. So that should get you to roughly 50 tokens per second, if not more,
Okay. Let's figure
on
out how to do that. I want to do
on
that.
most tools. No, we don't have it yet. Like we were
Oh,
focusing on making sure that the experience works well,
I
but
see.
it should be coming in the next release or so.
Wow.
I think
Okay,
it
cool.
searched the web. It's thinking,
So if I
is
wanted to get
figuring
this
out what
faster,
to
I would
do.
probably choose like the DeepSeek. Is there like a DeepSeek Flash or something even faster than this?
This one, there is the MOI version of this model. So there's the
Oh, mixture of experts. Okay.
26B, yeah, mixture of experts. That one
Oh,
should be faster than the current one. You can
okay.
stop the generation and run that one. And I think you have one.
Oh,
You
okay.
can just click to stop.
Okay.
First, click to stop on the app,
Yeah. And
and
then go back
then
here.
just select the model.
Or
I think
I
you
could probably have changed
have.
the thinking too.
It's okay. The first
Um,
one you have is
oh, this
there.
one here. Oh, yeah, the A3B 4-bit. Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
And then max thinking or high, or doesn't matter, huh?
Yeah, max is fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Max is like think as long as much as you want, or you can just make it to think as little as possible. Because
Okay.
some of these models tend to overthink, so
I
this
see.
kind of addresses it.
Okay. So what we've done is that I've selected the older Quen model 35. You can see how much faster tokens per second because it's only going to use 3 billion parameters.
Yes.
And that's the first pass that it does. It hits those mixtures of experts, then it fans it out. And it's basically for a system like this with that's not running like CUDA and stuff, but it's very memory. Like I have 128 gigs of memory, similar to what I have in my Spark. It's going to be able to just turn around stuff a lot faster for us because especially for web search
Hmm.
and research, you see I'm getting 66 tokens per second. So you can see all these tool calls that we've been doing and look at all the stuff that it's been able to do, basically pull up super fast for us. And
There
so,
you go.
yeah. Wow. Yeah, and
You
this is
have
an
a
older
full
model. This is the
plan.
Quen 3.5 35B. So I imagine with the latest
Exactly.
Quen 3.8, there a lot of people. I mean, they just came out, so people are probably going to make these like expert parameters. People are going to do different things to get that speed up that we're going to get as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
There you go. So it kind of figured out everything that it needs for you. I think LFM was struggling a little bit with the browser use, but that should be something that definitely, if you run the bigger LFM, it should get right as well. Because that was like a tiny model. Okay, 6 foot 1 inch.
Yeah.
Damn, you're tall.
Yeah. Like, what should I pack if I weigh and I am going to be on a boat
Yeah,
for seeing all the islands,
there you go.
and I will be wanting to do this all with just the carry-on luggage.
Still blistering.
Yeah, let's see. I'm just curious. So we're asking Quen 3.5 35B model. It's using 3 billion parameters for the mixtures of experts. That's the A3B. And we're seeing how fast it is. So it just did some thinking. Now it's actually giving me a whole packing list. This is crazy. I
Yep.
literally have my packing list that I didn't have to think about too hard. Because this is like the bane of my existence, like figuring out a packing list.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, what are all the things? What weather? It's like, okay, this is so easy to delegate. So I just get 5 tops, 3 to 4 quick dry, 1 to 2 long sleeve, 1 lightweight, a tank top for hot days, and then the bottom, some footwear, some layers. So this will all fit in my carry-on. 5 to 7 pairs of underwear, 3 to 4 pairs of socks. I got swim gear as well, 2 pairs of swimsuits. That's interesting. Here's all the toiletries, electronics. This is fire, bro. This is fire. At 6'1", you'll want
Yeah.
to roll cloths instead of folding to save space. Use packing cubes and then wear the bulkiest items on travel days, so like shoes, jackets, and like long pants. And then
Yeah.
plan to do laundry. So this is really good. Don't pack heavy jeans, cotton clothes, full-size toiletries, too many just-in-case items. You can buy basics on the islands, expensive jewelry and watches. This is really cool. Everything should fit in a 40 to 45 liter backpack, and then a carry-on suitcase. Bro, this is fire, man. Yo, let's
And this is not
go.
even the craziest thing you can do. You can now go to scheduled.
Uh-huh. Scheduled? What's scheduled?
You
Here
can
on
go
the
to
left side?
scheduled on the
Yeah.
on the navigation. Yep.
Okay.
Now, if you click on new task, you
Oh,
can pretty much set up any task, and it also has access to tools. So if you click on add tools, you can add browser tools, GitHub, and like it just runs on a particular day, and you can do multiple things for you or a single thing for you every single day on the particular time.
Wait, so I can have it go to my GitHub, take a look at all the
Yes.
PRs for a specific project, all running locally on this Mac. It will just do the job that it's
Yes.
doing, and then all defined
Let's
here.
actually try that again.
Yeah.
Let's try the GitHub again. I just
Okay.
made it public
Okay.
whilst we were talking.
So
Let's go to
models.
extensions.
Yeah, extensions.
No, extensions first. And then MCP, then GitHub refresh.
Okay. Let's see.
No, just refresh. It should.
Choose repositories.
Yeah, there you go. Open, and it should show.
Let me just quit these
there.
here. Yeah. Awesome.
And then you can choose the GitHub you want. All repositories installed.
YOLO. Okay.
And
Security
then now
key.
you need to do this.
Let's go. Okay. So I think we're good.
So it now has access. Go back to native and just refresh. It's gonna take a second to finally do the thing, but it will like pick it up. If it doesn't within the next second or two,
I could toggle
you
it.
can go back. You can go back to that page.
Yeah.
The page you were the GitHub page. Just the actual GitHub page.
My iPad died. Hold on.
And yeah, it should like automatically just click on the button. Okay, cool. There it's it takes a second to sync with GitHub. Now you can ask it anything around GitHub.
Really? Just in my chat?
Yeah, in your chat. Just ask it. First, I think it's active, so you can like ask it.
Can you take a look at my Clippy desktop and see what pull requests are open?
I think you need to specify the repository because it doesn't know you yet. So Clippy desktop by Ray Fernando, maybe.
It's by a different.
Or your account.
I'm just curious to see what it's going to do. I'm super curious now.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah. This is crazy cool. And so this is I have the older Quen model with the A3B. So can I connect, like I have a DGX Spark. Can I use that as an endpoint too?
Currently, no. You can do the opposite, which is use your device as an endpoint to the DGX Spark.
Because I love this interface
the idea
so much.
of native. Okay.
No, I'm
serious.
So
the idea of native is that you do. We are not even scratching the surface. This was my design, by the way.
I know, bro.
Like the whole thing was like initially.
See, look at it. Found
sketch.
It found it. It's like
I think it found it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Working. Run search for here. It found Clippy desktop user. Oh, and 0. I think it's probably try to find. Let me search for. Yeah. Muted sound. Oh, I think did my sound get muted? Are you muted? No.
I'm not muted.
You're good.
I think so. And I can hear you, so maybe.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, I'm looking at the output. Everything's moving, so we're good. I think I had an issue where my screen changed because I have usually a preview screen right here, and that actually died. So that was kind of interesting. So now I'm kind of back to my old school way of doing things. So yeah, it's going to search for it and so forth. But I think like what you're saying is if I just give it the URL, it's going to be a lot faster. And also I'm using like a less intelligent model too, right?
Exactly. It's like a highly quantized model.
Yes.
Actually, LFM can figure that out as well.
Yeah. Did it actually? I don't see a copy. Here you go.
I don't see. Exactly. Here you go. Just the account you're looking for. Okay. So you see, Clippy Desktop is in a different account. So it's not in the Ray Fernando that you configured. It's
that's
in
right.
AJ47.
Okay. That's right. So I need to do
that's why it was trying. It was trying, but it's fine. It should be able to.
Okay. Cool. Big shout outs to Blaze Studio. What's going on, man? $5 for the super chat. Love seeing these streams. Thanks for sharing, man. Yeah, this is so. I mean, dude, I can't believe like I get to hang out with y'all and then like just bring some sauce in. You know, let's tell people while we're waiting for this to kind of load up here. It's not gonna find it because I don't have the permissions. Yeah, because it's a shared project.
Try the Ray Fernando account that you set permissions for.
Yeah. Let me go to a different project. Yeah, let's see. I have a lot of projects.
If you have the
So
Yeah.
I could just
Yeah.
say,
Any of these should work.
yeah, like AIOS Lightning. I have a couple pull requests here. And so here,
Yeah.
okay. Can
Just
you
yeah. You can stop the previous one.
take a look at the
It's gonna,
AIOS Lightning repo and tell me what pull requests are open? My machine's going crazy. Let's see.
yeah, you have a current request that's running and you didn't like stop
Yeah.
it. So it's like
Let me
fighting for resources
yeah. Oh,
across the
stop this.
board.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't have CUDA, bro. So the audio thing,
Yeah.
it went away because I changed things. But if I wanted to see what was transcribed, I can go into audio
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I can go to
Library.
and then I can just
And
copy
did
this one again. Okay.
actually you can also do FNR and it just replays the last recording.
Oh,
Just go
okay.
to the chat,
Okay.
FNR,
Okay, got it. Yeah, but
FN
then it would
plus
just
R.
okay. Got it.
Yeah. So it
So
just copies everything
okay.
back into the chat. So now it should easily find this one if it's within your like account. It's much easier if you just connect like to your account and just everything that you need to do within a particular organization and repositories is going to work.
Yeah, let me download this
Quen
model while we're at it.
3.8 70. Is there a 72-bit 3.8? That's interesting.
I thought there was, yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
Let's see.
Did it just come out?
Yeah, Quen.
Quen,
Let's see. 3.8.
yeah, the Quen team has been cooking.
Did it just yeah.
Not yet.
72?
No, not yet. It's only 27B.
Yeah, it's only
out.
27.
So it's,
Yeah.
yeah. It's only 27, or the 4 trillion.
What's the
token
tokens
one.
per second on the
2.8
27B?
trillion.
We have the uncensored one. Does that matter?
If you, yes, it was like 17 tokens per second without MTP. I'm gonna add MTP and speculative decoding into native in this coming release on Monday, I believe.
Okay.
It should have all of
D-Flash, but this is not for Mac.
Yeah, that also we are actually working on it as we speak.
Okay.
On D-Flash, D-Flash 2 in particular. This one was released yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
But it was like a busy day yesterday for me to like dive super deep in. But we were getting somewhere around 40 to 50, 60 tokens per second.
Okay.
The highest we've gotten was 113 tokens per second.
Dang.
But
so
I'm
if
like
I download this on my Mac, it won't necessarily
making,
work like the way I'm thinking it should work.
It will work. It will work on the next release of native.
Okay.
And I'll like make a video about it and share with everyone.
I see. Okay.
So
here's the pull request.
All of
that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So all we did was hook it up into my extensions, turn on GitHub, and then all of a sudden, like I can start asking my repo questions. But the reason why this is powerful now is because I can have scheduled tasks that I can do and say, hey, use GitHub for this or this, and then like start basically going through my pull requests and taking a look at anything that's open in the morning and give me a report of like what happened, every time at 9 a.m. or 6 a.m.
And actually,
before.
Yeah. And you can also notify you for and give you like the notification whenever it's done as an actual app notification.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, because if you have them, and then you can send it to a model. So like, yeah, this could just be done. That's really quite cool. So yeah, this has like cursor multi-event support and so forth. And like, can you deep dive further into PR10 and just give me a playbook as far as like what's happened in the repo and what if next steps are left to do? That's cool. This is so cool. It's crazy I'm running the local model here. Man, that's wild. So
Do you
far,
see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like this really starts to unlock things. I think the harder part was like once you got the local model running, for those who have been working with local models, you're like, okay, how do I, spin up all this other stuff that we need to do? And what ended up happening was that you would have to write your own code, whether it's your own Python stuff, your own Bash scripts. You have to make scheduled tasks. You also have to do this stuff that's running and maintain all of those things. So now that's sort of being all combined into one UI. And what better person to do it than people who actually write Swift code and stuff for a living? Because some of your team members have lots of experience and even have worked at Apple previously as well. And a lot of people
Yes.
are working at native to do this at open source, completely available on the repo. Definitely go ahead and check it out on the GitHub if you haven't had a chance to go check it out. But to get this installed, just hit one download button. It's already prepackaged, ready to go. No custom Python environments, no crazy stuff like that. We just literally just hook up. I hooked up my Hugging Face keys so that way I can download like the uncensored models and other things. And then you can download stuff a lot faster, and you're basically ready to go. 60 tokens
Yes.
a second using an older Quen model. But there's newer stuff that's coming out, and they're making improvements. And this is a great way to start like experimenting with local models, but make them very useful. The other use case I found really interesting was just being able to use the audio stuff. And I'm basically trying to see I can replace my Whisperflow with this, which I've spent over half of million words talking to Whisperflow for several years. And so in this workflow, it will see that I'm in a meeting. And if I'm in a meeting, it's going to pop up a little thing like, do you want to record it? And then all the stuff gets saved into a library. So this app, you can see, is like fully fledged out as far as the being able to see your meetings and transcriptions and everything like that. But we can also get summaries of the meetings as well. And so it uses the local models. So Cohere for the transcription, and then it uses LFM, which is another model that we downloaded, which will help us with the summaries and stuff. And LFM is the general model to chat with. Sounds to be pretty good as far as like other types of chats and things that we're doing. So you can see the different models we have here, and you can even select the animations. So when I'm currently off and just on my laptop only, if you have a notch computer, you'll see the actual transcription stuff pop up at the notch, which is kind of clean. I love that whole approach here, and that they're able to do that. And you can do these things. It obviously change the shortcuts and all these types of things too. And then we have a little bit of a dashboard. So the dashboard will tell us how many tokens. We already use 450,000 tokens so far just with what we're doing, in terms of either, the Quen model that's been running right now, doing some of this research. And, I guess the Quen model is pretty hungry, token hungry. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah.
Yep.
Whoa. Oh, I see. It's doing all this tool calling. So you can see everything here. This is really cool. Wow. Oh, that's awesome. Man, this is nice, man.
Yep.
Yeah. And then we
My
also have a
pleasure.
system thing. This that you can also put into the top here. So this will actually show up in the menu bar, and then you can even see what's going on with your machine. Because if you're wondering, like, to build your own type of thing like this is all kind of included. This is all the pain points these people are saying. And so if you're also interested in making this available, you can make it available inside of other places. For example, if you go to dev, you can go to integrations. So that this is the bigger unlock for me, which is super fire, is that now your Mac turns into a server for the other services like Pi, Codex, Cloud Code, Open Code. And there's some configuration details from the folks who are running EV Atomic. I know people who are really into Atomic right here. So check which models MLX-vlm exposes and add the return model IDs in the models JSON, and then open the model in Atomic. So this is kind of, we probably could even ask the Atomic model to help us add that in, and it should be able to figure that out for us. But in essence, what it does is similar to what we did in Pi, is that we're able to select and load that local model up for ourselves. So in here, if you select Pi, you can select which model you want to have loaded, and then you just hit open in Pi, and then boom, it's done to go. So hopefully we can get some type of integration. Maybe you'll get a pull request for the Atomic folks as well. But yeah, Cursor, Klein, like a lot of popular IDEs are also in here as well.
Buzz.
Mhm.
Also, Buzz, the new
Oh,
one
Buzz.
from
Oh yeah,
Jack
Buzz,
Dorsey.
the AI agent stuff. That's cool.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I noticed, and this year is changing quite a lot, and I think we are a part of that change as well. Is like today's local AI gets a bad rap. Like the hardware isn't powerful enough, or the models are not as efficient to run on device. It turns out over the past 3 years, something very, very interesting has happened. It's like intelligence per watt has increased significantly. What is that? It's mostly two interesting factors. One is hardware. So the GPU performance and the Apple Silicon chip has increased in terms of performance per power draw, as well as the models in open source have gotten significantly better. They are really great at tool calling. They're really great at transcribing things locally. So now you can have similar experiences in native, even on a mobile phone. We last year developed Marvis CTS, which allows you to do real time text to speech, even on an iPhone 15 from like a couple of years ago. So local AI is getting to a point where it's enabling a lot of workflows for people. For me personally, as a developer, the GitHub integration is the one that I use the most. The integrations with other coding harnesses I use every single day, and more importantly, I replaced one of the tools that I esteemed the most, which was if I can speak, I can literally do things much faster. But then when I looked around, all of the different existing tools were either paid, too slow, or require continuous internet connection. So earlier this year, we announced the MLX Audio API. We started to see people build some of these interfaces, and it's like now you can have Whisperflow at home. You could have your Notion AI meeting notes at home. And I started building that. And it was like after a release, I slept at 2 building this. And in the same day, I think I got like 1,000 words. And I said, I'm going to use this a lot. And ever since then, which was like 2 weeks ago, I'm at nearly 200,000 words right now.
That's
So this
crazy.
shows you the power that we are putting in the hands of developers and people, and especially when we activate extensions, you will be able to simply ask any agent to define a JSON file, and the native engine is going to render that for you. Another workflow that people really use a lot but don't talk as much is correct spelling mistakes. There is an extension that I built that literally does that, and it's just a couple of JSON files.
That's crazy. That's like literally just a couple JSON files and everything. You're ready to go.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really interesting the power that you get to be able to do this stuff. And I want to show an error here that maybe can get some clarity, and maybe this can help other people who
Sure.
are having some problems. So the issue that I'm seeing is when I try to load the uncensored model. All right, for folks, don't get
Hmm.
any ideas here. Don't think that I'm just gonna be all on stream and going crazy, but we might just go crazy. So when I try to load the uncensored model,
Okay.
it says like cannot load
Uh huh.
because the 400 parameter not in the model. So I would assume that this is not compatible with my machine.
No, it is. I think you need. It's actually loaded, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
You can. Uh, yeah, I think it's loaded actually. Yeah, it is.
Okay. Server
But for
stopped.
some,
Okay.
maybe. Okay, server stop. So maybe just go to dev. Actually, go
Okay.
to dev. Something might have happened. Go to
Okay.
dev. Open developer, and we can see exactly what happened.
Stop was
Application
detected.
failed. Oh, okay. So this model has a format that we do not yet support. So
Ah.
what you could do is download the actual Quen official, not the censored version in this case,
Okay.
the FP8 that Quen in Discover. I think you need
Yeah.
to go to
Discover. Yeah.
Discover,
Yeah.
and then the FP8 version of this model.
Okay.
There, the
FP8.
second
Got it.
one. You can
Because this one
download
has a
that
much
one.
higher. This will be less slower tokens per second versus this one, right?
Yes. So the
Ah.
uncensored is developed by a different company, not Quen,
Mm,
and that's why they have like a format we don't currently support.
mm-hmm.
We can like look into this, and it's like a simple fix for it, but it's like you need to follow existing formats. It's
Mm-hmm.
much easier to go about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes more sense. And then we're also going to get
Yeah.
there's something called DFlash for those folks who are wondering, which will basically
Yes.
allow us to get some of these enhancements. And so the team is obviously actively working on it, and I think you guys said probably sometime next week. So stay tuned for that because that means you're going to get a faster version of Quen, which should be good at tool calling, good at like visual, all this really really cool stuff. So I think this is a pretty cool interface, and right now I'm just kind of downloading it. I want to give some time to our audience right now because you guys have been like amazing supporters of this whole live
Mhm.
stream coming together. And for those who don't know, I think I had you on back in the day because we were talking about the Cohere models, which would allow you to make like the text to speech and speech to text type of stuff work. And we were trying to, can we replace Siri on our phone, or can we just ship an app to the App Store and have the stuff loaded? Are there the frameworks that you're providing, since you were able to put this on my machine, on my Mac to run? Can I make like my own transcription that does Cohere and this stack and like bundle it as an app and ship it to the App Store? How would, I mean, is it, what's the deal with that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, so you can. Earlier this year, I built something called MLX Audio Swift. And I'll show you the PR because this is the most notorious thing I've done this year.
Okay, let me
It's
get this
actually
loaded real
quite
quick.
funny.
No way.
MLX audio. Can you see my screen?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, so there's MLX audio and then there's MLX audio Swift.
Mm.
So MLX Audio Swift is a modular SDK for audio processing. So it does text to speech. It has speech to text. You can also do speech to speech. It also has voice activity detection like diarization. It can tell you whether someone is speaking or not, and you can build apps that are run on your iPhone. In the pull
Whoa.
request, I'll show you the how this was built. This was built during Christmas, and the notorious PR is this one. So this was being maintained by the community last year. They have done an incredible job getting like understanding Swift. I was not like a Swift developer until December.
Mhm.
I've been a developer across multiple different languages, so I spent my entire Christmas learning Swift, and I rebuilt the entire engine in 16,000 lines of code and deleted like 4 million lines of code. So now it's much simpler. You can literally run it, and you can run on your iPhone as an app. If you go to examples,
Wow.
and you go here, you have two apps. You have the Voices app. The
Okay.
Voices app pretty much does. I'll show you what it does on my profile, so that you can see. There is a video I released not too long ago. Let me try the grid. X tends to be, it's much easier if I just do grids, but it not seeming to show me the grid. But there is this video recently from Cohere that I've done. It should be one of the recent ones. Yeah, here. So this is running on Mac, but it can run on iPhone and iPad. So it's running
What?
Cohere Transcribe, and it's transcribing. This was the okay. Here's the correct version because we were,
Oh my God.
and it can run, it's running real time transcription. It runs the same on an iPhone, iPad, and Mac, and here's running on literally on the Mac, but it can run the same thing on an iPhone as well. This model is so small that you could do it.
And
It's
it's even doing the
transcribing
correct right to left or left to
into
right.
Arabic. Yes,
Whoa.
it's Arabic, and this is Cohere's Arabic version of Transcribe.
Bro.
So you could do a lot of really cool stuff. You can also generate speech or audio, and you can also do speech to speech, where it's like you can take an audio and clean up the actual audio, etc., and a lot more.
And it's
And this
that's
is
real
one,
time.
and then
So
there's
what you're
an
doing there is real time too,
yeah,
right?
that's real time. Yeah, so literally
Local,
it's transcribing the
local,
audio.
real time.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
locally. And here's another one that can run on your phone as well. We just built it. This was with another partner of ours, Moss. They've been doing a lot of incredible work with diarization. This has
Wow.
been one of the areas that local audio models have not had a lot of really cool stuff. So this is how fast it's running. Like
What?
literally just transcribing. And you can see S1, S2, S3, or these colors changing. It means it's a different person speaking, and you can detect people across multiple chunks of the audio. So if I start playing it,
That's
I can tell you
crazy.
exactly
Okay.
and
So I have an
highlight.
app that I was going to make for the App Store to release as part of a challenge for
Yeah.
Revenue Cat, and
Yes.
so I've made it right now. It's currently streaming with OpenAI, but I wanted to make an offline version, and I didn't know which models to select. And so now that I know, first I should probably change the engine to use Swift MLX Audio or Swift Audio. What do you call it?
Yeah. It's called MLX Audio Swift.
MLX
If you do
Audio
not
Swift.
see, if you don't see Blazy, it's not the correct one. So just look for Blazy, MLX Audio Swift,
Got it.
and here you'll find everything. You could give it to an agent as well. It's just gonna build it for you. It can use any of our example apps as well to create it for you. You can start
Wow.
from the simple chat and build it on top, or
Yes.
actually you can just fork it and take the Voices app and remove what you don't need and keep
Yes.
whatever it is that you need.
Yeah, I have a UI, I have it
And
everything
yeah,
that's already nice. And then the
mhm.
prototyping was more of like connecting to an endpoint that can do real time, but I didn't have diarization. So there's a couple advantages of this. Is like people who are psychologists, people who work in healthcare, people who work in these fields where they need
Hmm.
the privacy. I can just have the local model loaded. It is not going to go to any other provider, and then it's basically a premium service. And I can ship that to the App Store. And instead of charging per, like people are don't not wanting subscriptions these days, I could just say, hey, for like $14.99, you have a full blown app ready to go. It's working. It's going to save everything for you. You'll save all the stuff locally, so that way you don't have to like connect it to iCloud or do stuff where you're sending data out. It could just stay all on device, and they have this premium experience,
Yes,
based off the design and interaction stuff
absolutely.
that I want to do. And this is basically available
And
for free,
here's
so I don't have to like pay to use your framework or anything like that.
no, no. This is completely free and open source with the permissive license. It
Yeah.
has MIT license. Yeah,
Okay.
the MIT license.
This is
And you can
crazy,
also see, let me show you something really cool that you can do with this. Actually, you can now use the same engine and even native to power your robot. I have this Richie Mini robot, and I use pretty much our engine, which is MLX-vlm and audio, to power it. And it can see, it can hear, and speak with you in real time. And it can also do real time voice cloning. So when I say Jarvis, it actually is cloning the voice of Jarvis from the Iron Man movie, and it sounds just like him.
bro. That's
So
crazy,
it's
man.
pretty cool, and you can use your laptop to power all of this.
Huge
Here's
shout out
the
to Rob
engine, like the
G. Thank you
actual
so much
engine.
for the super chat, man. Like this stream is absolutely on fire right now. If there's so much alpha in here
Yeah,
that if you're an app builder, you're in the right place. Like we just first
yeah,
of all started with native, just showing you how to get local models on your Mac. And there's some other folks who are interested in building with local models, but the secret tip here that I learned today that I kind of now am going to do is like there's the MLX Swift audio, which is written by like basically rewritten by Prince Canuma, right? Like from scratch.
yeah,
My guy went in there before, like even though he had AI, he's like, nah, I got this, fam. I'm just gonna go in there and write this by hand, all bespoke and stuff.
yeah,
I'm gonna use my
yeah.
brain. My brain is the real tokens. So he went in there, and I can now ship my apps that use his framework. So then I can load the local models, and then instead of hitting an API endpoint, like OpenAI or whatever, these people can use the app to do transcriptions, to do diarizations, to do those types of things locally on their iPhones. And if you don't know Apple's ecosystem, they have the highest number of credit cards and the highest number of payments they go through as far as people who actually buy apps from the App Store. And so if you focus on the design, the experience, and making a really great app experience on the phone, people are going to go buy the app and they're going to tell their friends to buy the app, and they already have their credit cards there and they've already used to doing this. And so that's a lot better ecosystem, and it's easier to convince because when you have a web app, it's a little bit different story. You have to do more convincing and so forth, but it's easier. And then what another advantage is that if you write your code in Swift, Apple will more than likely feature you on the App Store as far as a higher likelihood, because they're getting so many apps that are currently vibe coded using the React frameworks. And so if you're using it at
Yeah.
Expo, it's fine. You can make good apps. I'm not saying you can't, but the likelihood of being featured is much lower because Apple's going to prefer to feature them, especially for WWDC. They're like developer awards, and built on Swift, and they're going to just, right front and center. So that just basically means free advertising for you. So I'm doing everything I possibly can to keep all my apps written in Swift, and then keep them that way because you have a great experience doing that, but also you can reap the rewards that can kind of benefit later on. And it seems like there's going to be quite a bit of advantage to do this. So yeah, for now, Prince, I think it's probably like a good stopping point because there's just a lot that people have taken in, and
Yeah.
just kind of any summaries or things that
Yeah.
maybe you want to hand off for people who have any questions. We can probably take some time to answer that because I know people will have lots of questions. Like right now, Garadissimo was asking about 16 gigabytes of RAM, Coin 3.6 mixture of experts, or like, can you do that?
Yep. That should be possible on the next release because we just added SSD streaming. So you can fit models that are much bigger in your device, like MOE models, without needing all the RAM requirements. So you should be able to like stream the weights and just switch on the fly.
That's insanely cool. Wow.
Yeah,
That's
but basically this particular visualization here captures everything that we spoke about.
Hmm.
Everything runs completely local. It has every single modality. So any input in, any output across image, video, audio, and a lot more. You have access to 5,000 models that are supported by our engine. You can connect to any coding tool or other tools that support agents currently, and you can build extensions and use extensions. These are some of the top ones, and the top repositories you can look at are MLX-vlm, MLX Audio, and MLX Audio Swift. But that's just an extension of this Python version for you. So this is all powering the entire ecosystem that we built over the
Wow.
past 3 years, and currently surpassed for 5.5 million downloads, and averaging 2 million downloads per month
That's amazing. That's super cool. And they can get a hold of you also on X with the handle, the same
on
handle,
X.
or
Yes.
okay, yeah. It's if
Yeah, Prince Canuma. You can pretty much Google it. You're gonna find all my socials, and if you want, you can also go to our Discord communities like Local Inference, and there we talk about all the technical stuff. You can also ask any questions, any research questions, implementations, and we can have like a really awesome discussion around local AI inferencing.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to get into this because this is something that I want to learn how to ship to the App Store. I haven't officially shipped
Mhm.
my own personal app to the App Store. When I worked at this fruit company, I wasn't allowed to do that, and so this is kind of weird because now I'm an external customer per se, and I'm now going through and seeing the pains and struggles that people were going through doing stuff that way. It's like it's funny you can have code that accesses a billion devices pretty fast. Once you get your apps in the App Store, which is pretty really cool. And yeah, going through that process, I'm going to learn a lot, and I'll be sharing here live as well. So I've been building a lot of apps. For those who don't know, I used to work at Apple for about almost 13 years, and have lots of different experience up and down the stack. And it's just been really fun to hang out. And now I just can hang out with you live and building stuff using AI. Super interested in this. I love bringing experts like Prince Kanuma who work on these ground things. I'm based here in the
Thank you.
Bay Area. I'm also based in Hawaii as well. So I go back and forth between the two. So you'll see me from tropics to, California sunshine and so forth. But all of my other favorite things too is to be there in real life and also host some real life events. So I tend to be on the cutting edge and the pulse of what's going on. And you'll see me talk about and experiment with different things here because this is just kind of what I like to do. And to bring experts like this is just really amazing. So I always appreciate when you take the opportunity to share this with another friend, to and even subscribe to the channel, because then that helps basically get more people onto the show and can like showcase more things. And if you're interested in connecting with others, I have a free community called Start My AI. So if you do rfer.me/startmyai, you'll be able to go there and connect with others for free, literally. And then you can start asking some questions and so forth. So yeah, Prince Kanuma, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to get this like showcase thing. What's really amazing is that we're going to have to do a part two because there's so much more
For sure.
inside of this entire ecosystem of what we can possibly do with this app. And it's just really incredible because we're just scratching the surface. We just talked a little bit about extensions. There's still like stuff around skills and tools and MCPs and so forth. And this is our gateway to
Yes.
load the local models on our Mac in the easiest way possible. And then we have these artifacts and things. This little thing here can replace Whisper in a nanosecond. We have a scheduled thing, and they also have some features that are going to drop. These are the artifacts that were made from the images. We got the full-on dashboard. I've already spent almost 500,000 tokens just in our sessions talking today and asking questions to local models. And we haven't, for me, felt like I've really done a lot of work per se, like actual coding and everything. And so this is really exciting. And so here I have access to the universe of models that I could possibly do. There's also video models and so forth. And you don't have to have the highest powered Mac to run a lot of these models, especially for some of the audio workflows that we talked about earlier. And then also what's really cool about the developer section is then now I can connect my codex to Codex, to Claude Code, to other providers. And so these local models can now have access to those things and can operate from your local Mac. So if you have hardware sitting around, this is probably one of the best opportunities right now to take advantage of this situation. And if you maybe have tinkered with local models in the past, you may know some of the pain points of figuring out your Python environments, configuration, quant settings. And then once you get it up and running, you can actually talk to the model locally. Then comes the part of making software around it to make it useful. And this is kind of where I feel like Prince and their team have really leapfrogged ahead and just kind of have given you that whole kit that you can kind of build on top of that. So I definitely appreciate like, all the work that you guys are doing, that the community is doing. And if you're watching this, you're probably part of that community because there's just a small niche group of people. So if you know other friends who are also working on local AI, definitely get them to participate, get them involved. This is kind of why I like to do these things, because it's like I bring Prince Canuma on. Y'all get to know him a little bit more. And we're going to have to do definitely part 2 and so forth. So drop those questions into the comments as well. This is going to be very helpful for us so that we understand what you're looking to do, connect in our communities, engage. So that way we'll come back with another banger for part 2 and so forth. So any last words, Prince, for you?
Yeah. Actually, fun fact, I think I need to visit SF because majority of our downloads, roughly 2 to 3 million downloads out of the 5 are from SF alone. So there's a lot of people, and the community is much larger than we think. And that's the exciting part. Like we want as many developers and builders to go on this journey with us. That's why we made native open source and extensible so that you can actually build, discover, explore with us, and really tap the power of local AI. So currently, our main goal is to find like not even find ways. We want to show you that everything that you can do on the cloud can be done locally as well. So really, really excited. Thank you for having me, Ray. See you on part 2.
Yeah, definitely see you guys in part 2. This is an amazing episode. Obviously, thumbs up, like, and share, and we'll see you guys in the next stream. Peace out, y'all.